Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Discover a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
Max Bankman, I'm the new doctor.
Welcome aboard the Odyssey.
ABC Thursdays.
This ship is heaven. We're tending to our passengers' dreams. I'm in.
From 911 executive producer Ryan Murphy comes a splashy new drama on a luxury cruise ship with Joshua Jackson and Don Johnson.
It's your job to keep everyone alive.
She's in VFib. 1, 2, 3. Clear.
I have a pulse.
You're going to be okay.
Dr. Odyssey. Thursdays, 9/8 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices. Plus, extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with points. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
I always want to sing this as an intro song of Happy Tuesday, but in the only happy birthday rendition there should ever be. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to ya. Happy Tuesday.
Okay, well, no one's stopping you.
Well,
I mean, it's technically in the same tune as Stevie Wonder might come at us.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure that's one of the most prolific not only singers and songster.
Songwriters.
Because I was like, songstress is what they call women who write songs. A songster. Sounds so funny.
Songster.
A songster. But beyond that, it's like one of the most famous tunes ever.
Yeah. But who knows? He if he's a fan of something, he doesn't care, including Scandal, because they use his music all the time, but he was getting paid for it, of course. But then the last episode, he was like, "Can I just write a new song?" And they were like, "Stevie,
wait, I didn't know that.
Of course you can. Yes, the song that
in the last episode of Scandal. Wait, don't say it. I haven't watched. I've never seen the last episode.
Oh, I mean, I won't
God.
say it. I mean, it's not anything like.
No, but I'm gonna look for it now.
Yeah, I mean, you'll hear it. It's
Wait,
that's how this show is.
Crazy.
Yeah,
and that's a bitch after my own heart. Where I love a double standard. And I love someone who proudly, if someone's like, I don't hold double standards. First of all, you're lying. Everyone does. But like when someone proudly is like, no, not only different strokes for different folks, different me, different vibe, different. Like I'm a vibe check, and I'm gonna proceed accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
Go Stevie.
So, he's still popping out kids.
So
well, welcome to See You Next Tuesday. This is where we just talk. This is just us catching up, sharing our thoughts.
The gift of gab, yapping.
Yeah. There's no rhyme or reason. You never know what we're going to do in this.
I have something that I want to share with you that I don't know if you know about already, but
okay.
Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
I have a big announcement to make, but my announcement can wait.
No, make your announcement. No, my nipples are hard already. You got to go through with it.
Okay. It's not like...
Oh, they can't see on video. I tried to show them.
Well, I'm glad you didn't.
No, let's pretend you can see on video. Join the Patreon.
It's not like a hooray type of thing.
Well,
it's just that
I can tell you if it's a hooray type of thing. Don't tell me it's not a hooray.
So back in the day when Insecure was on, there was an episode, and the quote, I'm paraphrasing it, but it was, "Black girls loves Drake. He just gets us." And I out loud said...
Who said that?
I forgot it was part of the episode. And I out loud said, "Not me." And so, as the president of the Drake Hate Club, I can finally rest because I believe Kendrick Lamar may hate him more than I do. And he knows him personally. I just want to trace back my hatred of this man. November 1st, 2015, I said, I'm listening to Drake's album. He's weird. Does he consider himself a rapper?
Melissa, I don't think I tweeted it, but the first time I ever heard Drake, I said, he doesn't think this is rapping, does he?
On April 29th, 2016, I said, you can always count on Drake talking about a girl that don't want him and in his city. First 2 songs on his new album. On March 9th, 2017, I said Drake and The Weeknd are in love. I don't know what that was in reference to, but those two keeping company is enough.
I literally used to refer to Drake as The Weeknd if The Weeknd sang a little less.
On November 30th, 2017, I said, every time I pass by Drake's store, it's empty.
What store?
These are just text messages. Yeah, he has that out. Probably not anymore. It was like a clothing store with an out, but there was just it was on
that was
La Brea.
His? No, I know. Yeah, it's La Brea.
Yep.
It was the only store like that is empty on La Brea.
Yes. On July 16th, 2018, I said Drake is basic as fuck. He got a few bops, but he is lame overall. I guess he was just being himself in July 24th, 2018, I said Drake is gross. October 27th, 2018, I said Drake is lame. On January 16th, 2019, I said Luca is me talking about Drake. I don't know what this specifically was in reference to.
Like the animated film?
Grownish.
Oh, okay.
There's a character named Luca who I very much relate to. So he was probably talking some shit, and that's how I talk about Drake. I was talking to my sisters, but I was referencing us on February 2nd, 2021. I said, we're recording an episode now, and just broke down Drake and now pinpoint why I don't know what I'm talking about. Melanie said, I love me some Jersey Drake. I said, we're recording an episode now, and they just broke down Drake, and now they have pinpoint why I don't like Drake. I don't know what that was about, but you and I talk about Drake all the time. I pointed out a few articles in September 2021 about after crediting R. Kelly on new track, more conversation on Drake befriending underage girls. Another website, what's up with Drake texting teens? Another website, why does Drake keep befriending young girls? And then I said, Drake is awful. February 8th, 2022, like Drake's store was across from it, and there's no way he's making money because no one was ever in there. June 17th, 2022, I said, further proof that Drake is trash. In his new videos, he's getting married with like 10 women and has Tristan Thompson as his best man. Disgusting.
And J-Lo did it better, let's be real.
August 28th, I said, skip the one with Drake, though. Refuse to click. November 7th, 2022, Drake is my Rachel of the Week, unless you've already started prepping. I said that to you. November 14th, I said, our former rep, I'm not going to say who, was listening to every episode. She loves Drake and The Weeknd. I told her she was going to hate me too. Avia, she was going to a concert for Drake last year in 2023 in June. She said she was going to the Drake concert, and I said, I don't care about Drake. Just making sure you'll be good to see Beyonce. I don't know what that was about.
Don't spend your concert money on Drake if you're not going to have Beyonce money.
August 15th, 2023, I said, girl, what does that mean? I don't like Drake, so I don't know this lingo. September 6th, 2023, you said Drake, ? Don't care. Lil Yachty, ? Care little. Shaq? I care so much.
What is that even about? First of all,
I don't know.
Still true. I still do care a little bit about Lil Yachty. Like, there are some clips I go, funny. Enjoying this. Very funny. Shaq always care. I watched a Shaq compilation video yesterday on TikTok.
I send you Shaq stuff. If you love Shaq, you should be following his daughter as well, because she has, which I say if you love Shaq, I know you love Shaq.
Yeah, I love Shaq.
She has a lot of good behind the scenes videos.
I'm obsessed with famous people who I love and their kids being fully grown adults, making content of them. Idris Elba's daughter, I'm like, thank you. Like, this is hilarious.
October 9th, 2023, I said, Drake is a little bitch. Also, Doja doesn't like the blacks. It's too much. Then this year, January 27th, 2024, I
Starting
said,
off the new year.
Waiting for someone to really take down Drake. And then I'll no longer be the lone hater.
And then Kendrick Lamar got a little ping notification. As the number one hater, it's time for you to reclaim your spot.
March 20th, 2024, I said, as the president of Drake's hater club, that's a no. 25th, I said, sure did. All my enemies are getting theirs. Waiting for Drake.
And have we yet? I think we're almost fully ticked off the that photo, like the carousel I posted on Instagram of enemies of the show. I think like anyone who like we hated, that was like, people were like, them really? I don't think anyone's gonna say that anymore. Like, I think we've collected them all.
We've collected them all pretty much, and I'm very happy that I can finally rest. Yesterday, I went into my records that I rarely play, because like I was in that point where people were buying records, and I was like, I'm gonna buy some records and play them. But I had Kendrick in there, "Pimp a Butterfly," which Drake is on the album, and I would like him to re-record
Kendrick's version.
Yeah. But he's barely in it as it is. But let's have Kendrick's version. And I just played it, and I was so happy that I can finally rest as the president. I will step back and just let the people have joined me. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I feel vindicated. And let's just keep it going. Let's keep it going, because he really hasn't got it as hard as he could yet.
I'm waiting for Dr. Miami to come forward to confirm the BBL.
Yes, the BBL, the abs. Kendrick also said the abs too. And, you know, if you want to get it, fine. Just tell the truth. You just disappeared one day and then came back with a beard, abs, and a butt.
I also think something happened to those teeth.
Yes.
Those teeth are, dare I say, like a polished, semi-precious stone. Like, they are so white, so reflective, and so symmetrical, and like so similar. So
it was a good day. Good day.
I am just obsessed with it. I think I told you off mic about how I heard people on a different context talking about like how like Drake ate Kendrick up with that first song, and I was like, who is saying? And they're like, he's the rapper of the generation. I'm like, who's calling him a rapper? It's like, it was all so like wild to me.
I tried, and you want to know the one reason I tried to like him? It was only one reason, and that was Queen Latifah. She was behind the stage at some award show years ago. It was when he first let out his first mixtape, and she was like, they asked her like, who's like next up in the game, and she said Drake. Like, he did all this like on a mixtape, he's doing good. And I was like, I'll try. I didn't even like him then, but I gave him a chance because the Queen said it, and I don't think she would still say it today, but I did give him a chance.
I gave him a chance because to the day I die, I have been a Rihanna, like I went to Rihanna's concert. Like, I like Rihanna's music specifically. Like, I remember having the 17 magazines of her on the cover, like Ponder Replay. Like, I've been like a day one Rihanna. So anytime that he was like simping for Rihanna, I was like, I can like him. I'm so happy for you, girl. I can like him. Then my frontal lobe developed, and I was like, just like hers did at the time when she said, actually, never mind. And I said, girl, I get fair, valid, totally get it. And I also took the liberty of searching it on my Twitter, which can be confusing because my old high school was also named this, or my high school used to be named this. But on February 13th, 2011, I tweeted, I just saw Drake. And that is when I was auditioning for colleges, and he was like, gestured to invite me to come into his limo to smoke. And I was 17. And then I have a photo that I posted in 2014.
And when you were 17, you looked 17.
I did. I looked very 17. And the 26th of January, 2014, I have a photo saying, so Drake DJ'd the party I was at last night. Which was true. And do you know why I went to that party? Because you know who hosted it? Jay-Z and Beyonce. Who you know who never came? Jay-Z or Beyonce. But he was there. And I want to say, I think I was just waiting for Rihanna. I was like, we can't leave. What if Rihanna comes? She didn't. But I just have to say that, like, when we're told as women that, like, we're too emotional, I would like to show them rappers and rap beef, because I usually, like, I don't agree with the whole thing of, like, oh, women are too emotional, because, like, anger is an emotion, and, like, that's the one I'm the most afraid of that people have, man or woman, and it tends to favor men. But I underestimated the gift of gab from men. I underestimated how messy and how gossipy some of these bitches could be. And for that, I'm saying, keep going, and finally drag yourselves. Like, the responsibility on, like, women to, like, hold other men, like, accountable. I'm loving watching him just, like, eviscerate him. And I saw one TikTok, the one that killed me, that was like, I don't think Kendrick knows that, like, it's like Kendrick forgot he's the one who started this beef. Like, my God, you started this, and you're going so, like, you started this, like, rap battle. It's like his response is like, they were like, there's no, like, did you even hear Drake's song? Like, you went harder than you needed to. Like, you could have done half of this and still would have eaten him up.
And it's fine. And if we want to even really talk about who started it, it was Meghan the Stallion. She doesn't name names.
No. But
the information is there. But as she said, hit dogs holler.
And now they're like, we waited for Nicki to pipe down, and now we're ready to be offended and upset, and we're going to fight with each other. And I'm just picturing her, like, just petting I don't even like cats, but, like, petting a cat, just being like, ha, ha, ha,
I'm picturing her as, she calls herself the Black Regina George, when Regina goes around throwing the papers around, OG movie, goes around throwing the papers around, standing there watching everything, if we want to quote the musical, burn, then that's what I see. I see her just standing there, a little smug look on her face,
little off the shoulder black top, little choker, low rise jeans, just
looking around.
I'm obsessed.
Me too.
I love her. I love her so much. Love.
As a podcast network, our first priority has always been audio and the stories we're able to share with you. But at Realm, we also sell some pretty cool merch, and organizing that was made both possible and easy with Shopify. When you think about successful businesses like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, an often overlooked secret is the business behind the business that makes selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. That's because nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret that's definitely worth talking about is that Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%. That's more happy customers and way more sales going. If you're hoping to grow your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all, I'm JJ.
Hey, guys, it's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests who share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
With something like 5 million podcasts, finding a really good one can take a ton of time. So let me recommend one. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in each episode, we discuss topics that can be really helpful, like how to read people better, the psychology of crowds, or fun things like the story of Legos, or why you probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for horses. Something You Should Know is the name of it, wherever you get your podcasts.
So what I wanted to share with you is a post that I saw before it blew up, even though obviously it's not about me, but I just want to say that like, this is one of those things that like, I'm a proponent of talking shit when it's like constructive. If you're going to talk shit publicly, it should be constructive. You want to talk shit behind people's back, behind the scenes, not on a public forum, say whatever the fuck you want. Like I'm like, get it out of your system, whatever. Because I want to say that this was originally posted to the New York City influencer, NYC influencer snark subreddit. And I check there because to talk about on the podcasts or to see what's going on in like that influencer side of things, because like we report on that stuff. We report on sounds like we're news people, but like I will pull from that stuff a lot. And so it showed up on my suggested, and this is an exchange between a person who is not a public figure, not an influencer, and what I'm pretty sure has been referred to. Let me see if they're doing the real definition or they're being mean, because they're calling her a micro influencer, and I want to check to see what her follower count is. Oh, I take it back. She's deleted her account, so there's no way to find out. We'll never know. So her original account was Catherine Asplund, Asplundh. Asplund? Let's say Asplund. I'm not sure. Catherine Asplund. She DM'd a random person, and this person had posted the screenshots of this in the subreddit saying, Catherine Drisk Asplund is harassing me, ? This just happened today. I use this account to post archive photos, and I don't want to post on my main account. I thought this was a scam at first. And then I'll read what they said at the end because it'll give it away. So Catherine says, hi, I was wondering if I could purchase your username from you. Just got married and this is my new name. Hey, congrats. That's my name too. I just Googled and it said selling my username would get me banned from Instagram. I purchased my username in the past. Actually, that's not true. Celebrities do it all the time, and it's how they have their handles as their full names. So weird. I didn't know there was another Asplund family out there. There's no Catherine Asplund in our family. I see you're not active on here, but started Instagram in 2018, but changed your username 3 times. Is there any way I can get you to change your username one more time? This is my Finsta. I use it for private stories. I don't want to be banned. Sorry. I actually don't believe that your name is Catherine Asplund. Who would make their Finsta their actual name? I reported you to Instagram and they're actually able to tell me your real name. I hope I don't know you because that's going to be really embarrassing for you. You can report me. Just did. And my fiance did too. You're asking me to do something to get my account banned. I doubt Instagram would take that lightly. I'm asking you to change your username because you're pretending to be somebody you're not. My name is Catherine, which is illegal. That is my favorite fucking sentence. Being like, no, my name's Catherine, which is illegal. Nope, you asked to purchase my username, which goes against Instagram rules. I just reported you. And then sends like Facebook, like she sends like a Facebook screenshot saying, the family I just married into is the only Asplund family in the US. I'm not American. Do you have proof that this is your name? Would love to see that. Why do I have to send you any proof about who I am? This is my account. I've had it since 2018. I'm sorry we share the same name, but just because you got married doesn't mean you can have my username. If you were nice, I would have considered giving it to you for free, but you weren't. I reported you for asking me to sell my account and another report for harassing me. Have a good day. People then found this girl's Instagram account where she literally has a TikTok account where she has a TikTok saying, it gives me such a big ick when like girls, the second they get married, like change their name to be their new name. Like, oh my God, chill. Like you're doing too much. Like wait a couple months at least. This girl's not even, she's on her honeymoon. She's like, I don't even know if she's technically on her honeymoon, but like just got married or she's referring to her as fiance. So they're not even married yet. And I was like, I thought you said people change it too soon, too quickly. And the internet now has taken every variation and form of this first and last name. And she is no longer on social media platforms.
I saw bits and pieces of this, and I knew that if I just waited, you would fill me in. I didn't need to go chase it down to figure out everything. So thank you for giving me that rundown.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah, it is.
I'm just like, it's especially when someone's trying to be an influencer, like on the come up, that's usually where you'll have like the most people who get big, like same thing with celebrities, like people who are like ridiculously famous and like super A-list. The reason why they're there is like usually they are a delight to work with. Like people have lots of nice things to say about them, but it's like when you're on the cusp or the come up, that's kind of like where you got to get serious with it. And that's where egos can like really wild out and pop off. And this to me, I'm like, you're enough of a public figure to think that someone is pretending to be you. But then you think that the attitude that you have is like going to be fine because this is going to get out and be public. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, you think you're famous enough that someone is like pretending to be you. But do you remember? So you think you're famous enough that these will get leaked and people will talk about this and you're going to be proud of how you handled yourself in this?
What a weirdo.
I know.
Get a life.
I think she's marrying like a billionaire or something. Or someone very wealthy. I think that was the thing. Oh, they have like a tree business, and people said that like it's not. I don't know about trees, but like, yeah, he's marrying into a billionaire family, and they had to like pay, I think it was them. They had to like pay a crazy amount of like money. The company had to pay a record $95 million settlement levied by ICE in 2017 for employing. They're referring to this as not anything I would refer to, but undocumented people employing them and seemingly doing that in the way that you would think the article that's referring to them as the offensive term would do. Yeah, and they also donated to Kelly Loeffler, senator, who's a strong anti-illegal immigration status. And then it came out that they had to pay that. Wow. Yeah, hiring discriminations they had to pay in those facilities and lawfully employment. Yeah, and then people who work there, they're the worst.
She's been run completely off the internet at this point, though. So
good thing this billionaire with a B.
Yourself. Well, in other news, I've recently learned because of TikTok that Dippin' Dots, while they're still making their Dippin' Dots, they have moved into the plant-based meat sector. And what happens is that they freeze the oil that becomes the simulated fat and gives plant-based meat its juicy flavor. And they use that using the Beat It technology from the Dippin' Dots.
Yeah, they said, we're still in the spherical business. Mm-hmm. We're never going to hop off this spherical business. What else can we make in the form of spheres?
And keep the Dippin' Dots going.
Exactly. And I want to know, how do they feel about Orbeez? I think they should make it illegal to have things that are the size, shape, color, look of Dippin' Dots or vibe of Dippin' Dots and have them not be edible. Because get rid of those.
My youngest niece was gifted some Orbeez. And
you want to get rid of Orbeez or Dippin' Dots?
No, keep Dippin' Dots.
Oh, I thought you said you want to get rid of Dippin' Dots. And I was like, when did your stance change?
No.
Okay. Orbeez. I think so too. Illegal.
And they are toxic, first of all. But like, they just get loose and then end up on something that's wet and then get weird.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of them.
I don't know who thought they were a good idea to invent whatsoever.
I don't know. The only person that I like that makes cool stuff is that person on TikTok who is always like melting metal and stuff, and then they put some Orbeez in their melted metal and it came out looking really cool, but as soon as they pop, it's done for anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I think, you know who I think could save Dippin' Dots?
They're saving themselves. They don't need a superhero to come along.
I mean, from
Shaq.
like the actual, well, of course, but I think we need little Dippin' Dots trolleys at Cowboy Carter. Tell me that's not, it's like fair vibes.
Yeah. They had some actually at the, for Renaissance.
So she's already standing Dippin' Dots.
Mm-hmm. And I was in her hometown of Texas, Houston to be exact, her city.
The birth of Dippin' Dots. I don't know that that's true. I'm just making it up.
Where
Who needs
was
to know?
Dippin' Dots founded?
Delaware, Maryland, East Coast, without a doubt. Actually, it's kind of chaotic West Coast vibes.
You were
San Diego,
off all of it.
New Mexico,
Kentucky.
Okay, Kentucky. You get fried chicken and Dippin' Dots? Damn. Did you see what Barbara Streisand commented on Melissa McCarthy's photo?
Oh,
first of all,
I sent it to Catherine because she is a big Barbara Streisand fan. Sent it to her and I was like, do you know what she's talking about? I just sent it out of context because Catherine isn't chronically on the internet as I am. And she said, no. And then she said, but I just looked it up. This is hilarious.
I feel bad for her. So she posted her statement. OMG, I went on Instagram to see the photo. The photos we'd posted, beautiful flowers I'd received for my birthday. Below them was a photo of my friend, Melissa McCarthy, who I sang with on my Encore album. She looked fantastic. I just wanted to pay her a compliment. I forgot the world is reading. And I think that, like, as a society,
thing.
We should have just let it slide. Like, we all knew that she did not mean to comment that publicly. And I'm like, everyone, shh. That's like, we just don't. We all know. Just like, let it slide, pretend, like, and then someone will just go and delete it. It's like if someone has their, like an old person or like an older celebrity has like their likes public or something. And it's just like a lot. And you're like, okay, just pretend you never saw that.
There's people our age and younger than your age that have their likes, celebrities have their likes opened. And they didn't know till somebody told them.
Do you see McKenna Grace one? That was, and she's like, you can see what I'm looking. And everyone's like, me immediately going to check. Now those likes are private. And she's like, yeah, now they're private. Now that I fucking knew you could see them. I just thought it was
so good. Did you see Melissa McCarthy's response?
No, I didn't see a response. What'd she say?
She's like holding I think it's Barbara Streisand's book. And just like holding it and flipping through, or it's a magazine. It's a magazine that has Barbara Streisand, just flipping through it. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, she knows who I am." They've worked together before, so it was like she's joking.
I was surprised. I didn't know that they did that. They'd worked together.
Yeah, and then she just like made a joke out of it, as she would, and didn't respond at all to Ozempic.
I think it's such a weird question to like ask people or to like point out, because what I don't think people are understanding is like the alternative. Are you on Ozempic? No, I just have I have a raging eating disorder, or I'm incredibly sick. Like, it's a very like you're only looking for that response.
It's become so natural for people to just say now, "Oh, they're on Ozempic." They call Oprah Ozempra, but she's publicly talked about it now, but like it was before she had said anything. But like people are just, anytime we see a celebrity drastically drop, they're like Ozempic, and I'm just like, can we not?
You can think that all you want, but like don't say that, because again, if it is not that, the only way that like you're only looking for one answer, and I promise you will feel so embarrassed and so bad and so silly if it's like not the other ones. And it's just like, it is so fucking odd to me, especially because like when people who are not meeting the criteria based on what someone looks like, which again is not what all of the criteria is. But when you see someone who you're like, I can't, someone who has a similar body type to me, and then someone else who like doesn't have my body type, who's like, I couldn't even get approved from insurance. How did this celebrity get on it? And it's like, that's supposed to be like a dig. And I'm like, that person's clearly very ill then. Like, so why is it like you've got an eating disorder. Gotcha. LOL. And I'm like, do you not realize what that means? It's such an odd thing to me that like using this as like a gotcha kind of moment when it's so clearly like no, it's like, it's bad. Like if that is where, and like a lot of people have horrible side effects. I'm like, if that's what you're going to choose to go on when you don't even qualify for it medically wise, and you're having to get it buy out of pocket at a med spa or whatever, like you're in a dark, tough place. And like, I've got a lot of empathy for you, but like, it's not like a gotcha. And also like, I don't know why anyone cares. Like, I think if you like lie and pretend you're like, oh, I'm doing this, this, and this, and like whatever, totally. Like, that's understandable where it can be like, you're selling something that is not a reality of it. But like, yeah, not everybody's on Ozempic. Some people just have good old fashioned eating disorders. And then some people are on Ozempic and also have eating disorders. But just like, whatever happened to talking about people behind their backs?
Or some people just neither, and they just changed their lifestyle and you just haven't seen them in a long time.
Yeah. And like, again, just talk about them behind their back then. Like, what's the point of this being like and I'm all here for like the discourse on if Ozempic is good or bad or whatever and the long-term effects of that. Like, yeah, I listen to a lot of podcasts on it. We've talked about it on our podcast. Like, I'm not a huge proponent as like this is a life-saving miracle drug, because now they're making patients it's now a new medical barrier of being like, oh, we treat fat people like shit. But if you actually want to get good medical care, you've got all of these ailments and you've got these problems and you've got these health issues. Now you have to go on Ozempic and deal with the side effects and then come back once you've dropped all this weight, and then we'll consider helping you, because we assume they have to be connected, even though they're probably not. It's like, it's not like a wonderful, fantastic catch-all thing, but like, good God, don't say that. Because
let's just not talk about people's bodies, period. And then that's the end of it.
Exactly. Hey everyone, join me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melisa DeMonts, for Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong?
Each week, we deliver 4 fun-filled shows.
In Don't Blame Me, we tackle our listeners' dilemmas with hilariously honest advice.
Then we have But Am I Wrong, which is for the listeners that didn't take our advice. Plus, we share our hot takes on current events.
Then tune in to See You Next Tuesday for our listener poll results from But Am I Wrong?
And finally, wrap up your week with Fisting Friday, where we catch up and talk all things pop culture.
Listen to Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Do you love Disney? Then you are going to love our hit podcast, Disney Countdown. I'm Megan, the Magical Millennial.
And I'm the Dapper Danielle.
On every episode of our fun and family-friendly show, we count down our top 10 lists of all things Disney. There is nothing we don't cover.
We are famous for rabbit holes, Disney-themed games, and fun facts you didn't know you needed, but you definitely need in your life. So if you're looking for a healthy dose of Disney magic, check out Disney Countdown wherever you get your podcasts.
Merry Christmas, everybody! My name is Eric Peterson. I'm here with my good buddy,
Danny Jordan.
And we are the hosts of Christmas Countdown Show.
We're so thrilled to be bringing the merriment to you all this holiday season. On Christmas Countdown, we love to count down our top 10 favorite things related to the holiday season. That could be food, movies, music, everything that we all love about this massively merry good time. So wherever you get your podcasts, make sure you click that subscribe button. Eric, are you ready?
I am ready, and we hope that you are too. Merry Christmas, everybody! Let's go!
Have you ever seen the movie Drop Dead Gorgeous?
Yes. That's okay. With she's dead now.
You know, I'm blocked on. I think she's the first person who I know for a fact blocked me on Twitter and who's died. Like the Venn diagram of like dead celebrities and people who blocked me on Twitter.
Yes, I've seen it. It's been years. When does this even come out? 99. Yeah, I saw it when it first came out. I can't remember anything about it, but I did see it.
So it's probably the most unlike my personality.
Why did Kirstie Alley block you?
Dude, she blocked me so fucking fast. I tweeted something about her being like a piece of shit politically. And she blocked me in like, I think I hit send and then the little blue part of the tag went away. And I was like, girl, that was fast. Like she blocked me expeditiously.
I recently saw a video of her talking about her parents' death. Do you know about this?
No.
Her parents were in a car going to a party and they got hit and died. But they were dressed in blackface as their costume.
Hold up. You did not adequately prepare me for, I'm supposed to be like, am I like the way you framed it of being like her parents died horrifically. Don't you feel bad? And here I am going, oh, and now I don't feel like.
And she defended them. Of course she did. But like, imagine dying.
Don't speak ill of the dead. Don't speak ill of my dead parents in
blackface.
I think about what if I die and like my underwear is ugly and they have to like cut me out of whatever, you know what I mean? Like, what party?
I think it was a Halloween party.
Does she have like a Hollywood family?
No, they were in like Kansas.
Oh my God, Melissa, I found out what I tweeted that she blocked me for.
What was it?
I replied to her tweet, which is apparently since deleted. I said, Trump supporters are... Actually, is this even a reply? I said, Trump supporters are stinky. And then I tagged her in that. And then she blocked me.
It was actually worse than what I...
What? How does that get worse?
Are you ready?
No, yes, go.
She said that her mom was dressed as a black girl and her dad was dressed as a KKK member.
So like, what's this party's theme?
You froze for a second, so I didn't even get your reaction to that.
I'm so bamboozled in the fact that like, so she's not from famous parents.
No, they were in the middle of nowhere.
So she just gave this information freely. Mm-hmm. So she herself spoke ill of the dead.
Mm-hmm. But
she herself
was not
told the facts.
She wasn't speaking ill, and it was more just like a little antidote.
Like that could have died with them. And that but she's defending it so staunchly that she said, I'm going to tell you something that no one else would have ever found out about and connected me to. And let me tell you, this is how I get my stinky Trump roots. I'm also shocked she lasted in, well, she actually didn't work that much, but like she was in Hollywood for a while.
I mean, she was beloved until she started opening her mouth. Like It Takes Two, Cheers.
Yeah, I loved It Takes Two.
Closet was one of my favorite shows when I was a little kid. Like she was in a lot of those 90s shows.
She's always been a bigot and then like was cool in like hiding that and then got to a point where it's like, I can't do that anymore. I have to let my bigot flag fly.
Yeah. Like when I was a kid, I looked forward to seeing her in things. And then as I became an adult, and I was like, I think I followed her initially on Twitter. And then she let her real self come through. And I was like, oop, nope, I'm done.
Yeah, it was like, it was so jarring the first time I ever saw it. I was like, from my girl from It Takes Two, like she was a Chessie variant.
Yes.
Like, yes. What do you mean you're just a raging bigot?
Yeah. But anyway, you were going to talk about Drop Dead Gorgeous and we went on a little tangent.
Yeah. I was just going to ask if you've seen it because if anyone else has seen the movie and they're like, damn, Meghan, there's some like really un-PC jokes in there. Totally. It is like one of the only...
It's meant to be.
Yes. So, and like for me, I think that like if it's a mockumentary style, that to me, I'm much more comfortable with enjoying something that you're like, this is so fucked up, because it's supposed to be, we're taking a documentary of these people who are fucked up. You're not, as the audience and the cameraman, it's the POV. How fucking crazy is this? And I just watched Kirsten Dunst. Kirsten Dunst did a like going over like her career and stuff. And I was like waiting for her to talk about Drop Dead Gorgeous. And she like talked about it a little bit, and she was saying that she like loves dark comedies and like thought it was like so funny. And this movie, Melissa, is not available. I can't find it. It's not streaming anywhere. We're literally going to have to rent it on like Vudu, or I'm going to have to buy a DVD from Amazon and hope that it's there, because Moss has never seen it. And I want him to see it so badly. It is where I perfected and learned my Minnesota accent. Like I watched the movie for the first time when I was maybe 10 years old because we owned it at my house. And I said, that looks like a fun picture, like cover of a movie. There's like, she's like blowing smoke off her finger. And I was like, Drop Dead Gorgeous, girlies, pageant's amazing. Oh my God, it's good. And I was curious if you had seen it, because if not, I think you would also enjoy it.
I remember watching it, but I don't remember the movie.
It is the most, I think, one of the most star-studded casts. Like, it's like Ocean's 8, but like that, it's that level. It's like Amy Adams, Kirsten Dunst, Real Housewives, but also model.
Denise Richards.
This is me doing Denise Richards' hair.
That's
and
accurate.
Brittany Snow. No, not Brittany Snow. My Brittany. Murphy. Brittany Murphy. And there's a couple. Allison Janney, right? Yeah. She's like, I'm Amber Atkins. I love America. It's just so fucking good. So I don't think we would ever do that as a, but am I watching?
No.
Because it's
the whole
intense.
episode would be like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, like, do you agree with the depiction of XY? It's like, the point is it's creepy. That's the whole point. But I gotta find it. And another one I want to watch is the Pool Man movie, the directorial debut of Chris Pine. Have you seen the photos of him on the red carpet?
Glad he's enjoying his life.
Me too. I also didn't know that his like first big role was Princess Diaries too. And so now I feel like I can be like, oh, I thought I was late to the trend because that's when I discovered you. And I go, no, actually, I've been here since the beginning. I've been here since the start. Everyone else is a bandwagon fan. I've loved you since then. I think he's so underrated.
Underrated?
Yes.
I think he's exactly where he should be.
I think that he should be like Chris Hemsworth, Marvel level, not like in a Marvel movie, but I think he should be like that level status. Also like, or like Matthew McConaughey. Like, I want you to be.
I don't think he wants to be.
No, I don't think so either. And I don't think I'm ever going to have that goal achieved, because I think he's exactly where he wants to be.
Yeah, I think he's exactly where he wants to be.
And I think he knows he has the ability to be bitter.
After Wonder Woman, he was like, I'm good. I've done my handsomeness jobs. I'm great.
Yeah, well, especially when someone does Wonder Woman, that big budget of a movie, and then does the Dungeons and Dragons movie, and then goes, I'm actually going to direct a movie about a pool man. And I'm like, that's
not
your
just
goal.
that. He does Wonder Woman. The director of Wonder Woman and writer is so obsessed with him. She's like, I know you died in the first movie, but I'm going to figure out a way to make you come back. And it's not going to be good.
But I need you there.
I need you.
We'll make the sacrifice. I never even end up seeing the second one.
I didn't either, because I just didn't. I love the first one so much. And then now where Wonder Woman is, I just don't want to see her face anymore.
No.
I'm done.
Yeah. You know something I'm very excited for, which I didn't even know was happening? Michael B. Jordan on the set of Ryan Coogler's new film, Vampires. It's Blade before Blade. And I'm like, I'm in. And someone had commented on it. It was on the movie Leaks and Rumors.
It's what I think you're about to say.
Is it the one who commented? Where is it? That it's vampires versus the KKK?
No. The comment that I saw was, this takes place in whatever year it is that it takes place. But this is how Jonathan Majors dresses now.
Like he's in West Side Story, and you're completely accurate. Like, you're fully right. Dressing like he is hopped off the Broadway stage from a piece where he's singing at balconies and boomboxes have yet to be invented.
But Michael B looks so good. Like those, he he's not
little
like
glasses?
wearing the clothes. Like the clothes are wearing him and grabbing him just the right way.
The fact that like I can see your arm muscles through a button-down shirt.
His ass is what I was looking at.
No, I know. I'm looking at his ass right now.
Those
Melissa, this is what I'm
thighs.
zoomed in on as I'm talking about his arm because I go, I don't want to objectify this man. Dad asto. And those little glasses and his little scowl. And, you know, I'm very particular about my facial hair. And this is a unique one, which is not usually my favorite. I can handle it. But I can also handle whatever he throws at me.
Whatever he wants to respectfully give, I will take.
I'm just so happy that the duo's back at
Me
it.
too.
And it's like, we are embarking on cinema. These are movies that are going to feel like fucking movies. And I'm sat in my goddamn seat fucking ready.
Yes.
Like, I'm so goddamn fucking ready.
Ready. Oh my gosh, I'm so ready.
And
Maybe I shouldn't have said it like that.
Yeah, sexy. I almost said something mean, but I'm not going to say that.
Well.
But, yeah, I just can't wait. And we're going to have so many more movies to talk about.
Yeah. The
It's gonna
TV
be great.
shows, I've been catching up on a lot of things. If you haven't watched, I know you haven't watched Girls 5 Evo. I know.
No, but I recently watched interviews about it.
It's so good. It's on Netflix now, so you don't have an excuse not to watch it. And this last season, I accidentally watched all the episodes because I didn't like it just went by so fast because it's so good. And then I was like, oh, this is the end?
I did that with Abbott Elementary last season or the season before. I was just like, what? I wasn't mentally prepared for that to be the finale.
It was only like 8 episodes. At least with Abbott, you've been sitting through 20 something. But like, I don't have any more. And I'm
You
very
should start
sad.
it over now, knowing that
Yeah,
this is going to be the end.
Well, and then I am finally giving into watching Grace and Frankie, the final season. It's taking me a while. I don't want it to end, but it's also very good. Loot is incredible.
That's on my list.
But it's on Apple, so
we still have our free trial.
Okay. And finally, I would like to talk about X-Men 97. So it is a continuation of the X-Men animated series from the 90s, but they did something smart. As in they know who the audience for this show is.
You and mods.
And millennials. And they've aged up the
they Lizzie McGuire'd it. Smart.
Yes, and so they've aged it up. So like we know that people are having sex. We know that it's a little gay relationship going on. Like we know things that are happening because they know their audience. And
smart.
It's also just good. Like when they're talking about superhero fatigue, like I'm crying, like bawling watching these episodes. They're so fucking good. I know that you love Spider-Man, and Spider-Man isn't in any of it, but like it's in that same realm, and I think you would really enjoy it too.
It's
like,
animated?
Yes, it's animated. But it's very good.
Okay.
It's very good. But also the creator of 97, this man, I sent you a photo of him, but he has completed the first season, which is getting rave reviews, like rave reviews. Already wrote the second season and was outlining the third season. And then Disney was like, you're fired. And people are like, why? Like, this show is brilliant. Why would they fire him? And at first they were saying he's difficult to work with, but he's worked on numerous Marvel projects.
Mm-hmm.
So if he was difficult to work with, he would have been difficult before. And you don't like, even if somebody's difficult to work with, you don't fire them when you have a hit out the bat.
No.
Well, what an episode.
We've just this covering all of the important things. Good day.
See you next Tuesday.
Welcome to the small town of Chinook, where faith runs deep and secrets run deeper. In this new thriller, religion and crime collide when a gruesome murder rocks the isolated Montana community. Everyone is quick to point their fingers at a drug-addicted teenager, but local deputy Ruth Vogel isn't convinced. She suspects connections to a powerful religious group. Enter federal agent V.B. Laureau, who has been investigating a local church for possible criminal activity. The pair form an unlikely partnership to catch the killer, unearthing secrets that leave Ruth torn between her duty to the law, her religious convictions, and her very own family. But something more sinister than murder is afoot, and someone is watching Ruth.
Chinook, starring Kelly Marie Tran and Sanaa Lathan. Listen to Chinook wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Spate. We were both on a little show you might know called Supernatural.
It had a pretty good run, 15 seasons, 327 episodes.
And though we have seen, of course, every episode many times, we figured, hey, now that we're wrapped, let's watch it all again.
And we can't do that alone, so we're inviting the cast and crew that made the show along for the ride. We've got writers, producers, composers, directors, and we'll of course have some actors on as well, including some certain guys that played some certain pretty iconic brothers.
It was kind of a little bit of a left field choice in the best way possible.
The note from Kripke was, he's great, we love him, but we're looking for like a really intelligent Duchovny type.
With 15 seasons to explore, it's going to be the road trip of several lifetimes. So please join us and subscribe to Supernatural then and now.
I'm Brennan Storr.
I'm Paul Bestall.
We're the Ghost Story Guys.
And every 2 weeks, we explore first-person stories of encounters with the paranormal from all around the world.
Then we have some fun reacting to those stories. We like to say our goal is to scare the hell out of you, then make you laugh.
Belief in the paranormal is not required. All you need is a love of great storytelling and curiosity about the world around you.
Subscribe to the Ghost Story Guys now on your favorite podcatcher to hear episodes like High Strangeness in Chicago, The Mystery of Missing Time, and The Haunting of Vietnam, along with dozens of others.
We've talked about mythical bridges, doppelgangers, haunted seaside towns, and so much more.
Remember that story about the guy who was trapped inside a dream and something was hunting him? That was upsetting.
Yes it was.
Want us to help ruin your sleep? Come find the Ghost Story Guys on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else fine podcasts live, or at ghoststoryguys.com.